Hello, this is Spidey1958, and welcome to my Pathfinder Kingmaker core class review, tips and options. This episode we are going to do the Ranger. So we'll go ahead and do our normal human. Doom, doom, doom. And we will select Ranger. Rangers, there are 3 types in this game so far. And that the standard Ranger are basically deft skirmishers, either in melee or at range, capable of skillfully dancing in and out of battle. Their abilities allow them to deal significant harm to specific types of foes, but their skills are valuable against all manner of enemies. So, the first thing to look at here is their Ranger proficiencies. They're proficient with all simple and martial weapons and with light and medium armor and shields. So they can't wear heavy armor unless they burn a feat to learn it, of course. And they can use all simple and martial weapons. One of their core abilities of most versions of Rangers is Favored Enemy. At first level, a Ranger selects a creature type from the Ranger Favored Enemy list. He gets a +2 bonus on the weapon attack and damage rolls against them. At 5th level and every 5 levels thereafter, the Ranger may select an additional Favored Enemy. In addition, at each of those intervals, the bonus against any one favored enemy, including the one just selected if so desired, increases by +2. If the Ranger chooses humanoids or outsiders as a favored enemy, he must also choose an associated subtype as indicated on the table below. There actually isn't a table below or subtypes implemented at this time. What this means more simply is each one of these you get to choose a new favored enemy. So you get 5 favored enemies. Here you get a +2 hit and damage that you can add to any of your favorite enemies, including the one you just added. So that's a much simpler and straightforward. It took me a while to figure out what they were trying to say there, and I even know Rangers a little bit. Combat style feat. At 2nd level, a Ranger must select one style to pursue. The Ranger's expertise manifests in the form of bonus feats at 2nd, 6th, 10th, 14th, and 18th level. He can choose feats from his selected combat style, even if he does not have the normal prerequisites. So the 2 feats, the 2 styles I know of are Archery, where you get stuff like precise shot and rapid shot, stuff like that, or 2-weapon fighting, where you can dual wield and get that line of feats. Next is Favored Terrain. At 3rd level, a Ranger may select any type of terrain. The Ranger gains a +2 bonus on initiative checks and lore, perception, and stealth checks when in this terrain. At 8th level and every 5 levels thereafter, the Ranger may select an additional favored terrain. In addition, at each interval, the skill bonus and initiative bonus in any one favored terrain, including the one just selected, if so desired, increases by +2. So basically it's the same as the feat up here. You get your first one, here you get a second one, and you can also increase by +2 either the one you just chose or the previous one. At 12th level, you get Camouflage. A Ranger of 12th level or higher can use the stealth skill to hide in any of his favorite terrains, even when being observed. So you can basically sort of disappear. At 4th level, you get Hunter's Bond. There are 2 ways you can do Hunter's Bond. You have to choose one of the forms. The first bond is to your companions. This bond allows you to spend a move action and grant half your favorite enemy bonus against a single target of the appropriate type to all allies within 30 feet who can see or hear them. This bonus lasts for a number of rounds equal to the Ranger's Wisdom modifier, minimum 1. This bonus does not stack with any favorite enemy bonus possessed by his allies. They use whichever bonus is higher. The second option is to form a close bond with an animal companion. A Ranger who selects an animal companion can choose from the following list: eagle, dog, or wolf. So you do not get all the choices a druid gets. All you get is a choice of either eagle, dog, or wolf. This animal is a loyal companion that accompanies the ranger on his adventures as appropriate for its kind. A ranger's animal companion shares his favorite enemy and favorite terrain bonuses. This ability functions like druid animal companion ability, except the ranger's effective druid level is equal to his ranger level -3. Though there is a feat you can take to make it straight level instead of level -3. 9th level, you get Invasion. You can avoid even magical and unusual attacks with great agility. If a character makes a successful reflex save against an attack that normally deals half damage on a successful save, he instead takes no damage. A helpless character does not gain benefit of Invasion. Sorry for my voice. I'm still recovering from being sick. Improved Evasion. This ability works like Evasion, except while the character takes no damage on a successful reflex saving throw against the attacks, he henceforth takes only half damage on a failed save. A helpless character does not gain the benefit of Improved Invasion. And then final feat at 20th is your Master Hunter. At 20th level, Ranger becomes a Master Hunter. He can, as a standard action, make a single attack against a favorite enemy at his full attack bonus. If that attack hits, the target takes damage normally and must make a Fortitude save or die. The DC of this save is equal to 10 plus half the Ranger's level plus the Ranger's Wisdom modifier. A Ranger can use this ability once per day against each target enemy type he possesses, but not against the same creature more than once in a 24-hour period. So that's the standard Ranger. Then the next type of Ranger is the Freebooter. The Freebooter basically, you'll notice right off the bat, loses favorite enemy. What they gain in place of it, well, let's do this. First of all, the same proficiencies for armor. What they gain and replace is Freebooter's Bane. At first level, the Freebooter can, as a move action, indicate an enemy in combat and rally his allies to focus on that target. The Freebooter and her allies gain a +1 bonus on weapon, hit, and damage against the target. At 5th level and every 5 levels thereafter, the bonus increases by 1. The Freebooter's Bane lasts until the target dies or the Freebooter selects a new target. Then at 4th level, they form a bond with their crewmates. This bond allows her to spend a move action to grant her allies extra combat prowess when they work as a team. All allies within 30 feet who can see or hear the Freebooter get an additional +2 bonus on attack rolls when flanking for 1 minute. And then they have the standard combat style feats. They still get the same favored terrain with the same camouflage bonus. They get the same evasion. They also get Master Hunter, which I'm not sure how that works since they don't have a favored enemy. Maybe they can use it against their Freebooter Bane, but that seems a little powerful. But who knows? Oh, I should also mention Rangers get a subset of Druid spells starting at 4th level, which will come up here on Flame Warden. So the next type of Ranger is the Flame Warden. They have the same exact proficiencies of armor and weapons. They have the same favored enemies. They have the same combat style feats. They do get favored terrain, but do not have camouflage listed on here. I don't know if that's a mistake in the chart or they truly don't get camouflage. They don't get evasion either, as you can see here. But they do get touch at 4th level, and they don't get bond either, so they can't get animal pets. As I don't think Freebooters got it either, did they? Nope, Freebooters also can't get bond. They get this instead. So Flame Wardens. At 4th level, a Flame Warden can cause his weapon to burst into flame. As a standard action, the Ranger can grant a single weapon he's holds the flaming special ability for 1 minute. While under this effect, the weapon counts as magic for purpose of overcoming damage reduction. A Flame Warden can use this ability a number of times per day equal to 3 plus his Wisdom modifier. At 12th level, weapons affected by this ability gain the Flaming Burst special ability instead. So it doesn't do any extra damage, it just lets you do fire damage, and it's a magical attack. At 9th level, you get Stoking the Embers. A Flame Warden can fan the last spark of a recently slain creature's life force back into full flame. Once per day, as a standard action, a Flame Warden can touch the corpse of a creature to grant it the effects of Breath of Life. The spell cures 5d8 points of damage plus 1 point per caster level. Max of plus 25, though since you only can be 20th level, I don't know how you would hit plus 25, but unlike other spells that deal damage, Breath of Life that heal damage, Breath of Life can bring recently slain creatures back to life. If cast upon a creature that has died within 1 round, apply the healing from the spell to the creature. If the healed creature's hit points total is at a negative amount less than its constitution score, it comes back to life and stabilizes at its new hit point total. If the creature's hit point total is at a negative amount equal or greater than its constitution score, the creature remains dead. Creatures brought back to life through the Breath of Life gain a temporary negative level that lasts for 1 day. Creatures slain by death effects cannot be saved by Breath of Life. Like cure spells, Breath of Life deals damage to undead creatures rather than curing them and cannot bring them back to life. At 12th level, a Flame Warden can use the cleansing power of fire to remove afflictions from his body, mind, and soul. When the Flame Warden takes 10 or more points of damage, he removes the following conditions: fatigued, shaken, sickened, exhausted, frightened, and nauseated. So basically, if you're really tired, you can step in the fire, take 10 points of damage, and be all awake. Additionally, he removes 1d6 points of ability damage and 1d6 ability drain from the most damage ability score of their choice. I'm not sure. I thought ability damage and ability drain were the same thing, but apparently they're not. The ranger can use this ability only once each time he takes fire damage, regardless of how much damage it deals over the required amount. He can use this ability a number of times per day equal to 3 plus her Wisdom modifier. If a Flame Warden has fire resistance or immunity to fire damage he would otherwise take and still counts towards activating the burn relief. So you don't actually have to take the damage if you have fire resistance and still get the cure. And my 2 favorite abilities from this class. Phoenix Blast. At 16th level, a Flame Warden if a Flame Warden dies, his body explodes in a conflagration in a 20-foot spread. Each hostile creature in the area takes 10d6 points of fire damage unless it succeeds at a reflex save, 10 plus half the ranger's level plus his constitution modifier for half damage. The flames don't harm the Flame Warden's allies, who instead are healed 5d6 points of damage, and any poisons they are currently suffering are neutralized. Of course, you're dead, so you'd have to be raised or cured or something, unless you're 20th level. Then at 20th level, the Flame Warden gains immunity to fire, and once per week, the Flame Warden rises from the ashes of his own destruction 1 round after dying. The Flame Warden's body reforms with all his equipment, and he returns to life with half his maximum hit points. So, 20th level ranger, you kill it, he dies, comes back around later after healing most of his party and doing a whole bunch of damage to you. So don't fight 20th level rangers, or at least Flame Warden ones. The last thing is spellcasting. At 4th level, a Flame Warden adds Fire Belly and summons Small Fire Elemental to his list Ranger spells as a 1st level spell. Amazingly enough, 4th level is when you get your 1st level spells as a Ranger. 7th level. At 7th level, a Flame Warden adds Scorching Ray to his list Ranger spell list. The list is in there twice as a 2nd level spell, which I believe 7th level is when you get your 2nd level spells. 10th level, A Flame Warden adds Summon Medium Fire Elemental to the Spell Ranger list as a 3rd level spell, and I believe 10th is when they get their 3rd level spells. And then 13, a Flame Warden adds Flame Strike, Volcanic Storm, and Summon Large Fire Elemental to their Ranger spell list as 4th level spells, and I believe that's when they get their 4th level spells, and Rangers I don't believe ever get higher than 4th level spells. They just get more of the same. So that's your basic 3 classes for Ranger. So let's go ahead and do a standard Ranger, a possible build. Well, I guarantee you want a minimum of 14 Wisdom. And you probably want a high Dex. So the question is, do you put Summon Con and some? What I would suggest, though, you could keep it at 14. You won't get the extra +1 on Wisdom stuff, and you won't. But this gives you a bonus 3rd level spell and give you a better +3 on the few things that use Wisdom attack rolls. And then I would put the rest of the points in Constitution. So you're basically going to be Dex based with this build. And that with some Con. And then I would put the extra points into Dexterity. So an 18 Dex, 14 Con, and a 16 Wisdom. Then for your skills, one skill you always want for Ranger is Nature Lore, especially in this system. And you know I always love to have some Perception. So Perception's good. Depending on what you do, then there are some other choices. I think in this case I would build them with Stealth so they can sneak through the woods. I think the other one, I would do World Knowledge so they can cook. And then we have our standard stuff to take. So what you're going to take here is really going to depend somewhat on what you're intending to do. So this guy's going to be an archer. So what that means is, now I think we'll still do the standard weapon focus. We'll take it in longbow. And then toughness. So it could always will take dodge, but I think toughness is more important at first level. Then you get your enemy, and I would take humans. Because in the first chapter you're fighting a lot of bandits. So fighting bandits, it's good to have Human Bane. Okay, then we would go next. And we'd probably make him brave. And neutral good. So there we, oops, I gotta name him. We'll call him Rick. Ranger Rick. So there you have the basic Ranger. He's gonna have, let's see, it's hard to read that. Yep, a 14 armor class. And that, he'll be +1 with melee, +5 with ranged attacks, which is pretty good. And that he'll have, I don't know why he gets acrobatics mobility. But ranger proficiencies, human, favored enemy, fighting defensively. They have the weapons, focuses, skilled because he's a human, and that would be it. So as always, if you enjoyed this video, go ahead and give me a like or a comment. And if you disliked the video, leaving me a dislike's fine. But please leave a comment saying why you disliked the video. As always, this is Spidey 1958, and have fun gaming.